Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another anime figure review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Mio Naruse 1/8 scale painted figure from the anime series, The Testament of Sister New Devil. Okay, so as always, we're going to do a quick once over the box first before we get her out for a closer inspection. She's a brand new release, only coming out just this month, being August 2015. I ordered my figure from armyarmy.com. Here's a cute little card that they sent me with my order. Okay, as I've already said, she's a 1/8 scale and she is manufactured by the company Vertex. Their logo is at the top right just there. This is my first anime figure from this manufacturer, so it's going to be a bit of an interesting video for me also, just to see the quality of this manufacturer for figures. Okay, so I'll move her a bit closer. So we've got the Japanese writing here, which is what the show is called in Japanese. It's called something slightly different. It translates to in Japan, I think. It's pronounced Shinmai Maou no Kyokushu. It's something like that, but the English translation is The Testament of Sister New Devil, which is below it. So I've already said 1/8 scale painted figure. You got Mio Naruse's name and also obviously the Japanese translation for it. Now this is the first figure I've bought that's sculpted by 3 different people. So as you can see, we've got sculpted by Kamenoko. I'm probably going to pronounce these wrong. The second one is Ko_Nen. And then we've got M.I.C corporation. So you've got 3 completely different people and probably corporation, by the way that last one says. Okay, so the box looks pretty nice. You've got this sort of fiery effect going around it, sort of definitely setting Mio's very angry temperament that she has in the series. You've got a really nice illustration of the figure at the front there. You've got a nice window at the front of the box, and they've deliberately not put plastic over her face in the window, so you can get you can't really see it too well on the film here, but I can get a good look from the figure through the window, and the face quality does look pretty darn good from this distance. Turn her to this side, we've got another really big illustration of her. Nothing much else to say there. On the back we have a bit of an ecchi warning here. This is a cast-off figure, as you can probably already guess by the pictures. Some of the warning there. Important factor if you're going out for this figure, there's an authentication sticker right here. Now this is a new release, so there probably isn't any bootlegs out of this figure as of yet. But give it time and there most likely will be. And on this side we have an illustration of her in a cast-off form, or at least her top half. Not much to say on the top half of the box. Or the bottom, you've got a little bit of writing there. Okay, that's the box done. Let's get her out for a closer look. Okay, and here she is. Now, first impressions, I think she looks like an absolutely fantastic figure, and I haven't actually found any faults with her so far yet from setting her up. So we're going to move in for a closer look to show you some of the impressive details of Mio. We'll start with her head and work our way down. So she's got a really nice crimson shade of red in for her hair, which is very much apparent to how she appears in the anime, which looks really nice. She's got several shadings of black in there, very noticeable, especially this middle part of her hair there. Show you the back part. It does get slightly lighter as her hair goes down towards the tips, as I will show you, which looks really cool. Now she has a sort of almost puzzled look expression on her face, which looks really cute. You might be able to just make it out on the camera, but she does have a slight hint of pink lipstick on her lips, which is really cool. Her eyes look really nicely done, and the skin tone is also fantastic. It's got several layers of shading on there to give it a very realistic look. I'll just move her forward a bit so you can see some of the detail of her uniform. So you've got the sort of buttons bit here, which looks really cool, and her arm going over there. And I really like this bit of her hair here that's sort of dangling over the front bit as she's sort of like swishing it back. Working our way down to the middle bit. Now this part is a loose bit and you have to attach this into her hand, but it's very easy and it gets in there with no problem at all. And it's in there pretty sturdy as well, so it shouldn't fall off if you're dusting her. This is obviously the top part of her uniform. She's obviously, I would imagine, sort of undressing by the looks of it. In fact, this whole posed figure in general looks very similar to the front cover art to volume 1 of the manga of the Testament of Sister New Devil. I believe it's volume 1. If you've seen the manga, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, then just Google the image and you'll see what I mean. So you get a better look at her skirt there. Now it's got several creasings in the back here, which looks really cool, giving that illusion that she's actually walking, which is really nice, because you probably, I would imagine you're not going to be displaying your figure with her this way around. So it's really cool that they've got that extra detail there of even the creases on the skirt. Okay, let's make our way down her legs. She's got those really high socks on. And you get a better look at her shoes, which also look really nice. Very deep shade of brown, giving it that very much illusion of leather. You do have some detail there on the shoes as well. You might just be picking it up because they are pretty dark. And you can also see the base now, which looks really nice, sort of like a chess piece type board, black and red. And the bottom of the base, you have the ya. Should just be picking that up. Now you might notice I haven't got her fully inserted into the base yet. You do have to press her in pretty hard. I didn't want to press it down too hard because I will be changing her over and showing you the other cast option in a minute. But you can press her down much harder to get her much more firmly into the base. So here she is. Let me just turn her around from this angle so you get a good look at this bit. Okay, so as I already said, this is a cast-off figure and you do get an optional top part of her body which you can change, which is this bit here. Don't worry, I'm going to show you what this also does look like with her on. The skirt does also come off as well. So without further ado, let's see what she looks like in her cast-off option. Okay, and here she is with a lot less clothes on. To interchange the pieces with this figure is really simple. You get a sheet of instructions that come with it, which has 4 pictures on it, and that's all you really do need. Each part just pops off and just pops back on very easily. So you can just see here, the skirt just slides off, the body just comes off, you pull the body part off here just above her panty, and her head comes off too. It's only a little bit stiff to get the head off, but not too much of a problem, just do it gently. So make sure you don't risk damaging the figure. In terms of a cast-off, she's actually probably the easiest figure I've got for a cast-off. Now when I mean easy, I mean I've got a few figures that are cast-offs and they are an absolute nightmare to change the pieces around for. This one is the first figure I've ever had that's actually easy to change the pieces over. But anyway, let's zoom in so you can see some of her wonderful skin, as she certainly has a lot on show. Now, if you are after a cast-off figure that has boobs and nipples on show, then you might be slightly disappointed because this is as far as the cast-off goes. A jacket doesn't come off. But it doesn't disappoint me because I think she already looks stunning enough. Even with her jacket just briefly open. And you can see some of her bra, which, as you can see, it has unclipped at the bottom there. Which looks really cool. The head's exactly the same as you just saw when I showed you the figure In the other option, nothing's changed there. So I will skip the hair, and you can see her butt here with the pink panty, which looks great. And you get a look at her belly there, and obviously her thighs and legs, which looks really cool. So as I said earlier, this part of her uniform interchanges between both top halves of her body. See this one? You can just slide it in her hand now. You don't have to have it on there, but I sort of feel like you should really have it on there, because otherwise it looks like she's grabbing or taking a pinch of like thin air. So I think it definitely looks better and suits her more, her holding that. The top part, for those curious at a better look at her chest, here you go. You can also see one of the straps of her bra there, which would be her left. And there we go. Okay, and that pretty much brings this review to a close. Overall, I am really impressed with this figure, and I'd really recommend picking this up if you're a fan of the Testament of Sister New Devil and Maou as a whole. If you've never watched the anime before, then I'd also really recommend watching it, because it's a really fun anime. It's very ecchi, so keep that in mind before you go and watch it. If you're a fan of shows like School DxD, then you'll definitely enjoy the show. I'm also really impressed with Vertex as an anime figure manufacturer as a total, because I've not found any problems with this, and I've had a good look at the figure and I haven't found any paint defects on the figure at all, which is really good. I think I paid about £50 for this figure, which is a really good price really for what you're getting. A little comparison. Here is the 1/8 scale Rias Gremory figure from the anime School DxD from the manufacturer Griffin. I reviewed this about a month ago. Now, although the Rias Gremory it has obviously a much more edge over detail in terms of the clothing, but she was a lot more money. I think she was nearly double the price that I paid compared to Maou, so you sort of expect to get a little bit more detail when you're paying that more money. But it's not like the Maou figure's bad at all. I think she's still a great figure. And as I've already said with the cast options, the Rias Gremory is an absolute nightmare to remove the clothes and get it all back on there, because it is a nightmare. So it's really nice to have a very easy interchangeable cast off figure for once. Okay, so there's one last thing I want to show in this video before I end it, because I think it deserves a mention, and that is the insides of the box that she comes in, because it's really cool, and I've not seen anything like this in an anime figure that I bought before. So you can see you've got the Testament of Sister New Devil in writing there, and it's all like splattered in blood effect. In fact, let me just pick the camera up so you can get a look. Even the bottom part of the box, which I think looks really cool, because no one's ever going to really even look in there once you've got the figure out. So that's sort of a really nice extra detail Vertex have done on their anime figure. Okay, so thank you very much guys for watching this video. If you haven't already, then I'd really appreciate a comment, like and subscribe. That really helps my channel out a lot. There is a Maria figure coming out. I can't remember if it's from the same anime manufacturer company or not. I will put it in the description bar below once I've found out. But I will be picking that one up, so look out for a review on that one. I think it comes out around October time. So that one will definitely be going up. And once again guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Take care of yourselves and see you on the next video.